I was born and raised in Tottenham, North London, a place where so many future stars came up from the ghetto side to become someone in the music industry. I'm part of 5 siblings, grew up with both mum and dad with a strict West Indian upbringing, which taught me a lot of values in life even today. It wasn't easy being third in line to my older brothers because I easily could have been living in their shadows. However, I found my way from being a shy boy that had massive buck teeth from small, which I was teased a hell of a lot for, and it used to affect me until I found my voice, hanging around with my best friends coming up from Northumberland Park School. We used to hang out in our areas like Meridian and Selby. For example, there was enough of us.
I want to take the cup tonight, so man.
From about the age of 13, I was getting more into sound system culture, and I fell in love with what I used to hear growing up in the household, such as soca, calypso, reggae, UK lovers rock, and soul music, which some of them touched my spirit more than the other. And I used to visualize myself playing sound systems like my idols that you hear me say so many times, the mighty Saxon sound. I used to study their tape cassettes and just rated the way man like Trevor Sachs would chat in a sound clash, for example.
Now this is Saxon sound, and you see this sound? Eliminate, assassinate, and exterminate X amount of pussy hole 24/7.
And the way Musclehead or Mikey Bops would select heavyweight dub plate after dub plate, this absolutely mesmerized me. Even their alias artist names like Trevor Sachs, Mikey Bops, Musclehead, Tipper Irie, Papa Levi, Daddy Colonel, you know what I mean? Some powerful names. So I always used to think to myself, if that was me, what would I call myself? I'm gonna choose the name Maddness, because someone out there in the world will say my name without even knowing it, and this would become my alter ego, the character within, the opposite to who I am. Through my passion of UK lovers rock and reggae music in the late 80s, followed the love for the new genre, acid house. Hearing these sounds from my older brothers, from their tapes, and we had a family friend at the time who grew up in our household, and he was an up-and-coming aspiring DJ who was on Dance FM, which also had an inspiring pull like a magnet to me into the music industry. I must be an entertainer. From the summer of love, 88, that led into my next music muse in the early 90s, which was the love for hardcore and jungle techno. My brethren, Justice, had purchased some Sound Lab decks. Now we was aspiring bedroom DJs, practicing in his bedroom at every chance we got, putting our money together, and we used to ride our bikes up to Green Lanes and just hang around in Music Power Shop, getting to meet people along the way. It was a one-on-one, it was a group thing, it was people talking, inspirational for each other when you hear tunes getting played, and DJ Crossfader was there and he used to select a certain tunes that we used to say, that's what we want to hear. How much is that? Can we have that, please? Putting our hands up. Yeah. Can I have that? Can I have that? And then getting to talk to him. He played at a club, a local one called the Bass Box, and said to us, roll down, come and hear my set. Anyway, so back we would go on our bicycles and get back to Justice's place and start playing these tunes. He would mix, I will host. We would swap it over. He would host, I would mix. This is how we learn our craft. I started raving at an early age. through the summer of 93, my mum had gone away to her home country, Trinidad, for a long time. It was like, I don't know, a couple months or something like that. And in that time, my dad had his business, so he was always working. So I had the time to get out to these places, and I would hang around with friends, and we would driving down Epping Forest at night times and just chilling, you know what I mean? These are the days when man used to smoke and them things. So we used to drink and, oh man, Ray and nephews. Anything we could find, we would just make a concoction and just get wavy, as they say in today's world, and then we would look for the weekend to go raving. I was young, but I could make it out. It was 1993 and me and my friends used to go to Ritzy on Tottenham High Road. Enough of us used to go, and I've told this story so many times. I was such a baby face. I had to stand behind my Greek friends who had moustache and beards from they was like 2, and they would always guarantee to get through, so I used to just hide behind them, just sneak through the door real quick. And there was a couple occasions that the bouncer would say, "Your name's not down, you're not coming in," and then I used to be upset, and I'll be walking home Tottenham High Road on my own, and you know, next time we're at school, and I'll be like, "Yeah, see, you man's are cold, man. You just left me out there." And they were like, "Boy, you know it's not down, you're not coming." It was the summer that changed my life. We was already doing our radio shows on Defection, so we was already getting names for ourselves, and people knew who Maddness and Justice was around our friends, and that in North London. So going down to see DJ Crossfader at the Bass Box, who put us on the guest list, we managed to get through with no problems at all, no ID required. And they had a wall of speakers in there that was, wow, it was the reason why they called it the Bass Box. It was heavyweight. After going there a few Saturdays, then that led on to the big one, Roller Express. This was in North London, once again, just up the road through the marshes. We would trot along with all of us, about 10 of us walking through, no buses required. We was getting lead on the way, we're drinking beers, we're doing this and doing that, having a smoke on our journey and saying, right, when we get, what we're gonna do, get there early so we can have the full night of raving, and we're gonna chat to the promoter and try and get upbringings. We just tell them, we're from Defection, we're MCs, we can do this for free. Lo and behold, at one time we asked the promoter of Elevation, Funky, which I always pay homage to, and explained that we was already started on our radio career, we're on Defection, and used this as our leverage for a warm-up set. He said yes.
Sounds of the DJ Outrage. What's up, Maddness Kma like Justice, patrolling the OIC. Elevation crew, Roller Express.
Around these times in North London, and also our radio brother was Chatter B. Now Chatter B was our local MC Don, who had a Caribbean Cockney twang. And then we had the likes of MC, Stevie Hyper D. Me personally, I had more of a hosted style than bars. I speak a lot about Ibiza Records with Paul Ibiza. Potential Bad Boy at Noise Factory was the sound of hardcore jungleism. This was created from North London. The phrase, the title, the sound, North London, surrounded me with an aspiration to be involved as it depicted the soundtrack to our lives. You had hosts like 5-0, Moose, Stevie Hyper D was like the best of the best for the style and energy from sound system culture to pirate radio, rave scene. It joined the dots. It was a sense of togetherness. We used to ride our BMX bikes across the road, round the flats, with Andre and them. Andre, later on, decided to produce jungle music under the alias Shy Effects. Part of the best rave culture, which was organic and can never ever be replicated or replaced, coming up from North and East London. Recognize this. There's someone else as well that, if I'm telling my music journey, that inspired me to challenge my musical capabilities, and that person was